guys, welcome to Diecast, and in today's video we have a very special piece here. One of my favorite boxes actually. And it actually shows some meat cuts all around. And it's by none other but Minichamps. So there's only one livery that makes this type. And that brand is none other but Porsche. So this is the Porsche 917/20, and it is also called the Pink Pig, Big Bertha. There's a whole bunch of other names with this car, but yeah. It even shows a little bit of the history at the back. There is a protective plastic seal, just because these parts do open up, just so it doesn't open up during transit or anything like that. So it's a very interesting piece. And the other thing as well is, I'm just gonna let this piece go here. So there is actually a feature in this car. So as soon as you open it up, there's actually a pig squeaking sound that happens. There's actually a little sound box underneath this car. Let me get my gloves here for a second. It's gonna help support it. Don't slip. So underneath, it's screwed in, by the way. So underneath, you can see that nice music box right there. And it is wired right here. That's the power supply, the battery. And that switch is just right here. So I'm not sure if it works. Never had a chance to look at it closely, but I might dabble into that eventually. But yeah, so what happens is every time you open the box, there's a sound of a pig squeaking right there. And if we take this styrofoam out, just give me a second here, bear with me. So there's two parts with the styrofoam, so this and the inner piece here. And there are 4 screws that are connected to it, and that's the wire right there. I'm pretty sure if we take this piece off here, there might be a battery supply, and we just need to replace that. Alright, so now that it is out of its box, few things that I need to mention. So I was able to actually fix that one part on the sound box, and I can't wait to show you guys at the end of the video. It's super cool. I was really thrilled by it. It's like, I can't believe it still works after all this time, because this is at the least maybe like 5-10 years old. But yeah, like, that's a crazy feature on the car. And I forgot to mention that this car is a limited edition. So this is number 5312 of 10,001 pieces. So only 10,001 were made all over the world, so that's a cool feature. And yeah, let's get to the video. Alright, so now for the exterior review. First of all, well, the livery. It's one of the most iconic liveries out there. And I think Porsche has outdone themselves. Like, it's just an amazing livery. Yeah, I'm not much of a pink guy, especially on a car, but for this one, big exception. 100% big exception. So overall, I do like the livery 100%. And then if we look at finer details, we do see the side marker there is actually a separate piece. Looks like the gas cap there is also a separate piece at the back there. This does feature an opening rear engine compartment, and both doors open as well. So we do see the vents right there to the front, right by the front fender there. Unfortunately, they are not a through and through vent. And if you see that door panel there, you can see by the window, there's a separate piece there. Very well done. I like how they did the front here on the windshield wiper. It definitely fits the car very well. And then if you look right on those headlights, again, amazing detail, especially for its time. And let's see, yeah, so those are decals right there, just outside the housing. And if you look closer here on the detail of those headlights, you can actually see more detail in them. You can see those fine ridges, which I really like a lot. The decals are very well made. They like the number 23 does have a little bit of a sheen to it, and it's a different sheen compared to the meat cut decal livery. Anyways, moving forward, nice vents right there. We also see that nice mesh grille. And moving on to the other side, we see the safety shutoff switch right there. And it seems like there are supposed to be vents right up top here. Show you guys there, right there, but I'm not sure if, yeah, so it's not really a mesh grille, it's actually just a bunch of decals, unfortunately. So that is a little bit disappointing, but again, it is an older model. And if you look at that door there, same window detail as well on the other side. And when we go to this massive rear, we see a little bit of engine detail right there, the exhauster through and through. And if you see the reflection right there, you can see just a little tidbit of what we will be expecting underneath. So yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. And as well, I believe these guys turn as well. Nope, actually no, it doesn't. It does have that tactile look to it that the fan would turn, but I guess not. Alright, so it's now time for the underside chassis review. So as you can see, it's a lot like there's this metal base where my fingers are, like that pink part feels like it is metal, and then you get that main base, which is like that light tan look, which is plastic. So the first thing I notice right away as soon as I flip the car over is if you look close by to those vents, I love that detail. It's like that springy, slinky type, because you can see it actually like unfold right there, right as soon as it gets to the brake section. So very nice detail for something that is meant to be a presentation car with a box. Actually, when you take it off, you get all this nice detail. And then if you look at the tire detail there, very impressive tire detail. So that's really amazing. And then yeah, you see some suspension detail a bit there, very nice. And then you get this massive engine detail. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And actually you can see a little bit more detail about the car right here, made by Minichamps, Paul's Model Art. Yeah, just amazing detail. I am absolutely stunned by how detailed this car is. So you do get that tubular space frame and through and through exhausts. Very, very good detail. You can actually see the springs on those struts there at the rears. The white ones right there. Amazing. Alright, so it's now time for the wheel, tire, and brake details. So as you can see right off the bat by the wheels there, there's actually a valve stem there. And usually you see those things on higher end models. And for Minichamps these days, they aren't considered like the higher end brand anymore. But I want to say this was one of the times where Minichamps was actually the pinnacle of diecast collecting. So it's nice to see those tiny features. And then if we look deeper on the model, we can actually see that there are drilled rotors. And if we flick it right there, and yeah, there's no decals on the brake caliper, but it's there. And I really like that detail. Very nice detail. Even on the decals as well. And then obviously we get to the larger deep dish wheel here, which also has the valve stem. And you can also see the features inside. Unfortunately, it's a little bit dark. Yeah. But you can see the whole detail. Like, it's almost like, honestly, if I wouldn't be surprised if Exodo would make this brand at all. I mean, like this car. And this is I want to say the best one that you can get in the market as of right now. This specific model, like, it's just amazing. And just the weight to it as well. There is a significant amount of weight, and you can tell that it's a true die-cast model. Alright, now for the interior review. Unfortunately, I cannot keep the opening parts open just because they are quite heavy, so I'm just going to have to individually open them one at a time. So on this part right here, there's not much really to see just because it is quite far apart, but basically if we come closer here, the car is situated closer to the middle. And see the seatbelt detail there. The seatbelt detail does not look terrible, and we actually see a little bit of texture in there. And yeah, like as you can see, it is quite separate from the seat. Sometimes they just do it with the seat, like into one piece, like the seatbelt and the seat are one piece, so I'm glad this is a separate piece. It does have some reminiscent of some plastic on it, but it's not too bad. Yeah, so we get some detail. You can even see the pedals in there. And we see a little bit of the dash detail as well. And then going to the front, just to see the peak inside. So yeah, we do get a secondary person that you can hop on in there. And we can see some decal detail on seatbelt harness. And we can see those adjusters as well. It's actually a very nice detailed car. Okay, now on other side. Let's open this up here. Yes, again, so there's nothing that we could see on this side as well. It's basically the same. Again, it's focused more on the center of the car, even though it's still right-hand drive biased. And we see the shifter right there. And finally, the meat and potatoes of this car. Let's just lift this up. So unfortunately, I cannot keep this part open, and this is why I just decided to make this video without the pieces opened. And yeah, like even my pick can't even hold this. So yeah, we can see so much detail right there. Amazing detail. You see the spare tire on the left hand side. See all the engine detail, the wiring, amazing. And you can see more of the tire detail as well here. And the reflection underneath of all that engine detail that we just saw earlier. Just amazing. Yeah, this is definitely, I'd say, one of the Minichamps best for 118 models. And if you guys see anything that would top this in the Minichamps world, definitely hit me up in the comments section down below. Let me know what you guys think. There's even detail up top where the vents go. Well, the vents were the deco pieces, but you know what I mean. Like, so those vents would go straight down here to the intakes. So just to cool the engine off. Very nicely done. Even the tubular frame, it is a little bit of the plastic side based on the paint, but yeah, it's still a great representation. I wish they would have done close to the same paint job as the engine detail, just to give it like a darker look, but I still can't complain. This is such a great model. Alright guys, so I was able to figure out the situation with the batteries, so it just needed some new AA batteries, 2 of them, and that's how I fixed it. So what happened is, if I open this, if it works well, but it doesn't, because right on the side here there's a small lever and there's a piece of plastic, but it's folded, so it doesn't work as well anymore. So, but technically when the hatch open or this case opens here, then this activates this sound. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And it also helps me make more videos like this. And I'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. Have a good one.